With 2 days to go until the US presidential election, 91 million Americans have already cast their ballot. That's 2/3 of the total number of people that voted in 2016 and puts this year's election on course for a record turnout. Our North America correspondent Peter Bowes reports.
A star-powered rally for Joe Biden in America's industrial heartland, Detroit, also home to Motown. Stevie Wonder performed at the drive-in event, while Barack Obama launched another scathing attack on Donald Trump's record.
I understand this is a president who wants full credit for the economy he inherited and gets zero blame for the pandemic he ignored, but the job doesn't work that way. Tweeting at the TV doesn't fix things. Making stuff up doesn't make people's lives better. You've got to have a plan.
Mr. Obama said his former deputy would take the job seriously. Joe Biden criticised President Trump over the amount he paid in taxes during his first year in office.
$750? My Lord. And remember when he was asked about why I only paid that much, he says, because I'm smart. He knew how to game the system. Well, guess what, Mr. President? I'm coming for you.
President Trump has been campaigning in Pennsylvania, where he held 4 events in one day. He won here in 2016, but Joe Biden is ahead in the polls.
Hello, Pennsylvania. Let's go, Pennsylvania. We've got to do the same thing we did 4 years ago, and I have a feeling, look at this, I have a feeling we're going to do it.
Mr. Trump told the crowd he would eradicate the coronavirus and get Americans back to work.
We want normal. We want normal. We want normal. Let's go back. Go back 7 months. Hello, how are you doing?
But with record numbers of new coronavirus cases in the US over the past week, there's no sign of this country getting back to normal anytime soon.
Well, earlier, Peter joined me live and I asked him what difference this final weekend of campaigning could make to the election.
It seems there are very few people in this country who haven't actually made up their minds who they will vote for, who they prefer to be the president. They might not have actually cast their vote yet, but it seems that in these last couple of days, the point of the campaigning is just to see as many potential voters as they can, and especially at Donald Trump's rallies, it's essentially an exercise in gathering information. People that attend these rallies actually have to register, and it means that the campaign has their details, they can send emails and just remind them they have to vote before Tuesday. In terms of the message though, and this applies to both candidates, it isn't really changing. It's the same message that we've heard for the last few weeks and months, and especially the coronavirus is at the heart of the campaigns, especially Joe Biden, who constantly criticises the president, of course, for his response to the virus.
Let's take a moment to talk about the polls. If we look back to 2016, there's lots of talk about how accurate or inaccurate they actually were. What are we hearing this time around?
Well, maybe we won't know till after Tuesday how accurate these opinion polls have been, but there's certainly a lot of caution, and I think there's caution in both political camps that clearly, as you imply, 2016 turned out very different to what we expected and a lot of the political pundits expected. And always remember that this isn't a popularity poll on Tuesday. The opinion polls might be national polls taking in nationwide popularity, but at the end of the day, this is an election about individual states and getting those electoral college votes that ultimately add up to the total 270 is the winning mark that each of the candidates need eventually to become president. And so you might have one seemingly doing better in a popularity vote, but if that candidate isn't winning in those crucial states, especially those Midwestern states, they may still not end up as the winner.
And just a reminder, you can find lots more news and analysis about the stories that we are covering, including the US election, on our website. And there's this piece there where you can check out what President Trump has said about various countries during his 4 years in office. You can also find the latest details of the elections and analysis by our correspondents. That's all over at bbcnews.com/US 2020. And of course, you can download our BBC News app as well.